Hello guys, hello people, what's up? Welcome back to a sit down video. Till now you may know the subject of this video, which is self-studies. So I think that we should directly dive into the tips, tricks and hacks that I'm going to share with you all. Okay, so I have divided this video into two parts. The first one is where I'm going to share short-term tips and tricks for the particular time when you are going to do self-study, and the second one is where I'm going to share some long-term tips and hacks. It's basically about habit and hacks that you can use in long term. It needs time to show you results. So now let's start from the short-term ones because they are easier to adapt. Now let's just start with the first tip, which is set an ideal environment. By that I mean that designate a study space where you can study with full concentration and understand whatever you are reading. For example, you designated a study table to study, which is very basic. Have all your stationeries that you need on the table. If you can, have a water bottle, of course filled with water to hydrate yourself. It would be really very helpful, and I have seen that if you keep taking water sip by sip in like half an hour, 1 hour, it really helps you to concentrate more. Keep in mind that you study in front of natural light so that you have fresh air plus natural light that is going to help you to see whatever is written on the textbook better. For example, you can designate a study space in front of window that I don't have this time. I have my bed there, I have my study table, but pehle yahan pe study table tha. It would be awesome, natural light, fresh air, and that's what we need. Now let's move on to the second one, which is write down your syllabus. No matter you are a school student or you are in college or you are preparing for a competitive exam, for all of those you need, or you should, let's say, have a syllabus in front of you. Maybe in front of your study table, you can have them anywhere. At least have them in your notebook. Why I'm saying to have a syllabus in front of your eyes is that it is really going to help you to always keep a check on, okay, what I have done and what I have not done, and plan accordingly. So if you have your syllabus in front of your eyes, you can ask these questions while planning, that where am I, what I have to complete for term 1, term 2, what are the chapters left for exam, tick on the chapters you have done, how many chapters are left to revise, did I practice questions. Noting down your syllabus in a paper and sticking or having it and analyzing it would help you a lot, whichever student you are. The third one is study 2 subjects in a day. This is a technique that I have used, and one thing that I can say is that it works, and at least it have worked for me. So how we are going to do that? First, take a main subject and combine with a subject like language or a subject which is easier for you. For example, I can place science with, let's say, Sanskrit. I used this technique when I was in 8th standard, so according to that I am addressing. Social science with Hindi. I can combine maths with this is a lot of practice, especially near the exams, so I can combine it with something, any kind of subject which is theory based, where I have to remember a lot, like SSTs can be a subject, so I would combine both of them, and etc. Subjects would vary from person to person. Just keep in mind that combine a main subject, or let's say a tougher subject, with a easier one, or a supplementary subject, IT or like physical education. It depends on what subjects you have, and this really helps to revise also and cover the syllabus nicely. But keep in mind one thing, which is if you devoted your first day to let's say science and Sanskrit, make sure that the next day you do some another subject, maths and social science, likewise that, but not do the same subject. Common sense, but still I'm going to cover that. Now the fourth one is, I'm looking down because I have a notebook here. Do the toughest the earliest. What I mean by that is study the subject which is the toughest for you earliest. So this is actually a concept in a book which is Eat That Frog. I have not read that book, but I have listened to a lot of people. What that book suggests is that if you have 10 tasks in your to-do list, of one which is the toughest one, which you think would take the most of your time, you should do that first. For example, if reading the Hindu would be toughest and sometimes I forget reading it, so what I can do is schedule it in the morning, in the early morning time. So I by the end of the day I have already completed that, and I don't have any guilty that today I did not read it. So yeah, try it once and see see the result. If it works for you, then you should keep going. Now let's move on to the fifth one, which is identify the doubts and try to solve it as soon as possible. Now it is very obvious that if you are going to study, self-study, you are going to have a lot of doubts. For subjects like maths, you can mark them, circle them. Most of the time we circle the questions. But for subjects which but for theoretical subjects like history, political science, which I am studying, we have problem in understanding the concepts. For example, if when I was reading a chapter from political theory, freedom, I had problem in I could not remember that two terms which were not, like, I was very confused at what is happening. So I went on YouTube, I searched about it. My mother is very knowledgeable for SST, so I went to her, I tried to understand. During self-study, it is very, very important, like it's crucial that you clear out your doubts. It is, believe me, if you would not clear out your doubt, it would trouble you a lot. I have faced it, and I'm saying you, it is very important, believe me. The sixth one is study when your mind is calm and concentrated. Self-study is not like group study that you and still studying. While self-studying, you should not be thinking, oh यार 4 बज गए, अभी तो खेलने जाना था क्रिकेट ग्राउंड पे, पता नहीं कौन कौन खेल रहा होगा, मैं नहीं जा पा रहा हूँ या मैं नहीं जा पा रही हूँ. So you should not distract yourself. Basically, don't check out your phone time to time. Keep it aside. What you can do is दरवाजे को सटा दो, लगाना मत, because parent would come and check you if you are studying or not. And then sit on your study table and then study with full concentration. That would really help you. I'm tired, इसलिए मैं धीरे-धीरे बात कर रही हूँ. Okay. Now let's, some extra tips and tricks that I would like to suggest you are revise at the end of the day, set goals and reward yourself after you complete that goal. You can also self-study with a stopwatch or timer, and then you can also record yourself while studying in time-lapse. Yes, in time-lapse. I have seen when I was filming my study blog that you can watch. So when I was filming that, I have seen that when I record myself on time-lapse, it is always, I'm like, उठ जाऊंगी तो फिर time lapse खराब हो जाएगा. So that would really help you. Now let's move on to the long terms one, then we would finish this video. 4 more tips that I'm going to share. So yeah, let's start from the first one, which is meditate. By meditation, I don't mean that you have to sit for like half an hour or 1 hour and be like, it's not like that. In fact, meditation is very enjoyable and you would like after a point of time. It calms you down a lot, at least for me it does. In the previous tip, I told you to study when you are calm and focused. Now this would help you to get that calm stage. If you are thinking ki I am very, like, I have monkey mind, how would I be calm? So this is really going to help you. What I do when I say meditation, I sit down for 5 to 10 minutes. Abhi to main 10 minutes bhi nahi kar pati hu, but still I am trying. I breathe in and slowly breathe out, and I repeat it. It's basically about relaxing your mind, and it really increases your focus and concentration power. So try it as a habit. I am going to set it for March to meditate daily. Let's see if I would be able to do that. Let me know in the comments when you are going to try meditation, and if you have tried it, if it's your habit, how it have worked for you. Let me know. It would also be helpful for me. Okay, so now let's move on to the second one, which is social media detox. It depends that how much you are addicted with social media. See, it depends. I am someone who use social media. So YouTube, because I have Android, so I can't uninstall. I would advise you to log out of all the social media apps if you are student. But if you can't, what I do is I just use Instagram. I log in and log out in 3 days, 4 days, in 2 days, like whichever I feel like abhi extra time hai mere paas, so I log in and check ki acha kiske life mein kya chal raha hai. I think I follow productive people, so for me it's not really very a waste of time after 3 or 4 days, like twice a week going on Instagram. So it depends. It really depends on you ki whom do you follow, what do you want to use social media. For me, I want to use, but I don't want to be addicted to it. I don't want to scroll reels or shorts. I have also made some rules for me on Instagram. I would stick that page here, like on the screen, so you can see. You can also try social media detox for 1 day in a week, 1 day in a a month. You can also try that, or you can like completely go out of Instagram. So you can also completely go out of any social media app. So it really depends on you and how you can manage it. It is personalized thing, I guess. Social media detox and is very important because phone is a very, very big distraction. So please consider this hack or tip. The third one is give time to every subject equally. Now by that I don't mean that you have to study maths 1 hour, physics 1 hour, chemistry 1 hour, or history 1 hour, civics 1 hour, economics 1 hour. It's not like that. What I would suggest is make a list. Here you write the tough subject and for you, and here you write the easier subject for you. For example, in the tough history, in the easy political science. When you have this list, devote time accordingly. For example, if I'm slightly weaker in history and okay in political science, and it is going through the time, syllabus is like smoothly going, so what I would do is I can devote 1.5 hours for history and 45 minutes, 1 hour for civics. So that way I can balance between the tough one and the easy one. And that's what I'm saying you. The main thing that I'm saying you is that don't ignore any subject because you can't understand it. This mistake is something that I have done from 6th standard. I have ignored maths. I was not clearing my doubt, first mistake. And second mistake was I was running away from that subject. That subject was maths. So from 6th standard I have been running away from maths, and uska koi fayda bhi nahi hai. Abhi humanities student, to of course I don't do maths, but as a CLAT aspirant I am doing maths. So aap kahin picha chura ke kisi se ja nahi sakte. The basic thing is that don't leave any subject. For example, in 7th standard, science used to interest me a lot. So I could remember studying science a lot, and then I scored the best in like my class in science. The same happened in 8th standard, where I was obsessed with social science, and again I scored the best in my class. So what I'm trying to say is don't, and in between them I could see that 8th standard mein mera science ka marks thoda gadbad ho raha tha. So what I'm trying is don't leave any subject. That's the basic thing. I hope you understood. Now the fourth one is make schedules. Making schedule is very important. Schedule is something that is going to help you for being consistent. I have understood that making a timetable to self-study is very important. It keeps you disciplined. You are like, okay, I'm going to study from 4 o'clock, and due to discipline, you sit at 4 o'clock and open your book and study. Some hacks that I would give you to make schedule is understand that if you are an early riser or you are a night owl. According to that, make your schedule. The second one that I would advise you is set an alarm for the time you have decided. For example, if I have decided I'm going to study from like 5 to 7, I am going to set alarm on 5 o'clock, on let's say 4:55, that now I'm going to study. The other thing is, which I would like to say, is don't study randomly. Like, abhi maths ka book samne hai, chalo maths padh lete hain. Abhi science ka book samne hai, chalo science padh lete hain. Don't do like that. Have a schedule. I told you to write down your syllabus, and then have a schedule and study according to that. It's very simple. Try it, and I guarantee you that it is going to help you. This trick or tip is the last one, which is prepare notes. Prepare notes. Why? Because it is going to help you a lot. It is going to help you further while self-studying or while revising, and most importantly, just before your exam, when you would be like, ye chapter bhi revise karna hai, ye chapter bhi revise karna hai, tab it would help you like very, very much. It has helped me. Now I have seen one thing in me, that you would grow in making notes also. For example, when I was in 6th, I have started making notes from 6th standard only. So from 6 to 8, what I used to do is highlight on books. So if you would see a book from my 6th standard, you would see that the whole page, the whole book is highlighted. Now I have started making like the full notes, then flashcard, then usse bhi chota. I am not the one who makes very artistic notes, but I am someone who because I think it is very time consuming, and I don't like to devote my time there. I would rather study something else in that time. Do it at the point when you are reading that chapter. I have also uploaded a video, previous video, which is not here, which is how I read a chapter. That would be maybe helpful for you. You can watch that video too, and I hope it would add value in your life. Yeah, I think that's pretty much what I wanted to suggest you all. Yeah, so yeah, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed watching this video and learned a lot. It made your self-studies smoother and better. On that note, I would like to stop recording me. So yeah, have a great day. Bye bye. Meet you in the next video. So yeah, now let's move. Abhi to I'm on that. that note, I would like